How's it going, YouTube? This is Badass Review here, back with another review. This time I'm looking at the DC Superheroes Bizarro Superman. This is for the week of Superman reviews for the upcoming Man of Steel movie, which comes out at midnight tonight, and I'm really excited to go see that. But this is my favorite DC Superheroes figure that I own. Probably one of my favorite Superman figures that I own as well. This figure is just really awesome. It's got a ton of detail. It's got some really nice sculpting, and it's just awesome overall. I mean, they really did a good job on this figure. I wish they would do more figures like that, but unfortunately they don't. But let's go ahead and look at all the cool detailing and sculpt real fast. He's got a really awesome head sculpt. Really captures that comic look to him. He's got some really yellow teeth, which are nicely sculpted. His eyes are yellow. He's got that really pale, ghostly, well, not ghostly, but zombie-looking face. And his hair is nicely sculpted with some nice paint detailing in it. It's got the nice blue going on throughout it. Just overall, really awesome head sculpt. This is probably my favorite part of the entire figure, is his head sculpt. His body, I like his body a lot because it's really muscular, but it's also got that really kind of zombie-ish kind of look. I don't think Bizarro is actually a zombie per se, but he kind of resembles one. He's got a really small waist, but then he's got huge like upper body, so it's really insane. He's got normal legs though, but his arms are nicely sculpted with veins on them, really muscular there. They got some really good detailing on the hands. They got veins going through it. They painted the fingernails. I think he came with an accessory, so he was supposed to hold something in this hand. This hand's a fist, which I like, so that way he can punch things, because that's basically what Bizarro does. It would have been nicer if he had two fists, but it's alright. At least they gave him one. Excuse me. Ooh. And the S is backwards like it should be, because he's Bizarro. He's the opposite of Superman. And then his cape is awesomely sculpted because it's all tore up and everything, which is really cool. I wish Mattel would do more capes like this. If they were going to do like battle damaged figures, it'd be nice if they give them more capes kind of like these to make it look like it's, you know, wore out and tethered and stuff. This is probably one of the coolest capes on a figure you could ever get. And I mean, it's just like a really nice looking cape too. It's made of like soft plastic, so that's really nice. And his paint overall is pretty solid. It's a lot duller in color because he is you know, supposed to be the opposite of Superman, so he has to be duller. Mattel has re-released this in a 2-pack with the Masters of the Universe figures, and that one came, his paint was a lot whiter, like his body was white, and then the color scheme of him was more like how Superman's supposed to look, so it was more like this, but it was pretty much this, it was the exact same figure. So if you missed out, you could have picked up that one, but I prefer this one just because it doesn't resemble this one. Like, you can tell they're opposites. But that one that came out, I think it was a Toys R Us exclusive also. When it came out, it pretty much just looked like a Superman with like Bizarro's face and all that. So, and I would have picked it up if I would have seen it, but I was fine with this figure, so no need to pick him up. The only thing I do have a problem with is like these superhero figures, they get loose over time, so you have to kind of watch out for that. It's the same way with like Doomsday, as I said in my review of him, that like he's starting to get loose in the legs. I mean, that happens a lot in these superhero figures, I've noticed, and it kind of sucks, but you know, if you just have them on display, it's fine, because they just stand there anyways, and as long as they're just standing there and not being played with, they can't be broken, and them getting looser isn't a big problem. Let's do a size comparison real fast. He's a little bit taller than this Superman, this Superman kind of has longer hair, so his hair seems to stick up a little bit more than usual. I mean, it does to me anyways. But standing up to Bizarro, I can't really get him in the shot. He is a little bit bigger than him. Superman's forehead comes up to like his nose, but if you're counting his hair, then his hair goes up to Bizarro's forehead. So really nice. He's a pretty tall figure. So yeah, let's go over articulation. His head can rotate 360 degrees as well as go up and down. Doesn't look up too much, but it's a decent amount, I guess, but not really, and it doesn't really look down much either. His arms can go in and out a little bit. They don't, it's kind of weird, I've never noticed them ever not go in. They don't go out very much actually. Like they go out about this far and that's about it. So it kind of sucks, but it's basically probably just because of his sculpt. His sculpt is pretty crazy and it's huge, so these buffer figures are kind of hard to move around. And then his arms can rotate 360 degrees. He rotates at the bicep, single joint at the elbow, rotation in the wrist. He has an ab crunch here, which moves more forward than it does back, and it's very slight. He rotates at the waist. His legs can go forward and back, in and out. He rotates at the thigh here. He bends at one point at the knee, and he bends at the foot, and he has a slight ankle pivot. But just like Doomsday, it's always kind of like in that pivot because the foot stops it from doing that. But that really helps him kind of stand a little bit better. Otherwise he'd probably topple over a lot because he'd be pretty top heavy, and with the loose like legs and upper torso, that would make it really hard for him to stand. But he stands really nice, so that's great. And I guess if you had like this piece of kryptonite, which I just had randomly sitting here, he could like hold it because Bizarro's like powered by kryptonite. So yeah. But overall, I really love this figure. It's probably one of my favorite figures that I own. Really awesome. If like DC or if Mattel ever like remade this figure in a different way, I don't think I would nearly like it as much. I'm sure it wouldn't be nearly as cool, but I don't see them ever doing that, so I'm not really, it doesn't really matter. But I would recommend to all of you watching this, if you don't already have this, go find this guy. Sometimes you can find him for pretty cheap, and other times you kind of have to pay a bit to get him. I don't remember how much I got this guy. I got it from a local flea market, but I think I had like traded a bunch of figures for it. The guy wanted like $40, and I think I ended up trading, but that guy was kind of a douche, so don't settle for people at flea markets, because sometimes they're douchebags. Anyways, other than that, that is my review. I hope this was a good review for you guys to see, and hopefully you guys will want to pick up this figure now. I would highly recommend it. And tonight is going to be the night that Superman comes out. Well, technically tomorrow morning at 12, but be watching for that review because I will have it up tomorrow. Hopefully, I have to work, but as soon as I get off work, I'm going to do it, upload it, and then I'll let you guys know what I thought of the Man of Steel. And yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and thank you for watching.